Hi guys, and welcome to the next installment of my makeup inventory and collection. Basically, I've been going through my collection category by category, filming and showing you what is in that category and kind of where I was in November of 2014, which is when I started keeping track of my inventory and kind of showing you the products maybe that I moved out, or talking about the products I moved out plus the ones I've gained in that year and a half span, and kind of where my goals are and where I'm hoping to be, maybe not at the end of this year, but eventually. So this one is my smaller palette. It is about the 2 to 4, I think that's about 2 to 4 eyeshadow palettes. So duos, trios, and quads. So those are my smaller eyeshadow palettes. That's what I consider smaller. So we're just going to get started. In November of 2014, I had 10 of them. And since then, I've used up 3, almost 5. And we'll talk about the 2 I'm almost so close to using up. But now I have 17. And most of them were gifts, to be honest. Some were from like my Birchbox, but some of them were gifts. So I've gained 10 because I used up those 3. So we're just going to get started. I don't know, I want maybe 3 or 4 of these. I really like trios and quads and even duos. They're so easy for me to use, and they're just, I don't know. So I don't know how many I'd like to have. I know that there's definitely some I want to use up, and then some I'd really want to try. But with 17, I really need to think about like getting that number down to maybe 3 to 5-ish. And so yeah, these are simpler for me to use up than a whole palette. I am doing a pan that palette this year, and I believe about a week and a half ago I did an update. I didn't film for a week. My life was just a little bit crazy. So it was one of the last videos that was posted. If you've seen it, it's a huge palette, 144 shades, so there's probably not much of a possibility that I'll finish many of these. There's a few that I'll talk about that I really do want to finish. There's about 3 that I would love to finish this year. I don't know if that's gonna be possible. I'm still like playing around with my pan that palette. So but I made some really good progress. I'm so excited to show you the next update because in the last week so much has happened to it. So anyways, we're just gonna get started with the products. Like I said, I have 17. I'll go through like when I got them, type of a thing, like if they were one of my original 7. So the first one is called the e.l.f. Transformer, and it is 4 powder eyeshadows. They're really light colors. And so as I've been working through some palettes, once I use up the lighter highlighter shades, I've been going to this. As you can see, most of these have some dips in them. This green one is the only one that doesn't have too many dips. But this is one that I would really like to use up or make a bigger dent in, because with my pan that palette, I feel like the lighter shades are going to go quicker. They might not, who knows, but there's a lot more lid shades and crease shades. So this would be one that I would pull out if all of my highlighter shades are finished, or all my, my light shades are finished. This would be one that I would pull out. So this is why this is one that might actually get finished by the end of the year, just because with my pan that palette, I feel like the lighter shades go super quick. So this would be one that I would pull out. The next 2 I got from my sister-in-law last summer, and I love the colors, so I couldn't pass them up. They are both from CoverGirl. I don't know their names, but they're both just neutral. And so they're gorgeous. They're a little bit different, but they have just some shimmer, some mattes. And so I really like these. These will be easy and wonderful just to pull out, and they make super easy looks. So I've been really enjoying that when I've gotten to use them. But like I said, I'm doing a pan that palette this year. So these will probably be ones that don't get played with that much this year because of that pan that palette. But who knows, if I finish that pan that palette, maybe I'll start playing with different ones. But the next 2 were from Birchbox in the last year, and I really loved them. They're both by Pop Beauty. They're trios, and this is They're both from Brighten Up Your Life. This is in Sugar Plum and this is in Peach Parfait. The Sugar Plum are colors that I'm still, they're gorgeous, gorgeous colors. They're so soft and buttery. Like, look at that. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. I love these. I really like the Pop Beauty eyeshadows, and they would be ones that I would think about repurchasing. These were just trio samplers. This is one that is in some of my favorite colors. The next two are part of those original 10. They're both by Revlon. They are the Color Stay. The first one is an Adventurous. I haven't used this one quite as much. These are, when I bought these were when I was really getting into makeup. And so I was buying a lot of items in a short amount of time. So I wasn't able to use them, really make a dent in them. And so that's why this really, I mean, I used it a decent amount of times, but because of that, I didn't get to really enjoy it. So I think this will be a perfect fall look. So like I said, pan that palette, probably not this year, but I love these colors for fall and I think they look awesome. Love this. I didn't like them when I first got them, but as I've been playing with them more, they had this like film over them, but as I continue to play with them, the film went away and they became a lot more pigmented. This one is called Siren. It is, again, a Revlon Color Stay, and I used this one a lot during the holidays the last 2 years. They're gorgeous. That's the purple shade. So they're really light, but you can build them up and they're really soft and blendable. So I really like that about these, is they're not super pigmented. So they will be a little bit easier when I decide I want to use them up, just because you do have to build them up in color. But then that really helps like blend it in. The next two are from my grandma. She gave them to me the December of 2014, so they were not in that original count, but I got them really shortly after that. The first one is an Avon Quad in Purple Haze, which reminds me a lot of that Pop Trio. So these are the colors. Again, super, super gorgeous. And I really think purples, I didn't think they looked very good on me, but I've started to really like purples. And in my Pan That palette, I have a whole row of purples, so I'm really excited to try them. And then this is by Avon Quad. The next one is by Estee Lauder, and it has ivory and taupe in it. And I think this is a perfect everyday eyeshadow. Like, it has that cream and then like a crease shade. It's just perfect and wonderful. And I'm really excited to be able to get to use this. I just have a ton, and so I've been really trying to work through some of them. These are ones I haven't worked through as much. I haven't got to play with them as much, which makes me so sad, but I know I will, and I really enjoy that they're powder because they will stay, they won't go bad as easily. The next three are from Ulta. I got an Ulta sampler bag last year. It was a really good deal. You got it for free if you spent like $20 or something, and it came with like so much stuff. I'm using up a bronzer in my Project Pan that it came with, and I've used up like an eyeliner. It just came with so much stuff. So it came with 3 little eyeshadow quads, and these remind me of the e.l.f. eyeshadow quads, which I'll show you in a minute. But they just have 4 shades. This is in Natural, and they have 3.2 grams in them, so they don't have a lot of product, so I think these will be easy to get through. And then this next one is Smoky. They're really pretty, and I've used them like just a couple of times because I've been working on some other eyeshadows. And then this one is gorgeous. It's Romantic. So they're gorgeous, gorgeous shades, and they don't have a lot. I really liked that Ulta sample bag because it wasn't like full-size products. I still got way too much makeup. I definitely didn't need these 3 quads, but I was able to try some of Ulta makeup because I never tried Ulta makeup before. The next one I just got in my Birchbox in December, and I used quite a bit of it. It's the Coastal Scents Stylized Eyeshadow Sampler. It's from the Formal Eyes palette, part of the Stylized collection. So it just had this gorgeous cream shade and this kind of reddish pink bronze shade. It really reminds me of the Color Tattoo and Pomegranate Punk. And that's what I was using with it, and it worked so well. And so I made a decent dent in it. Again, it doesn't have that much product. I don't think it tells me. Yeah, 0.65 grams. So it really doesn't have that much product in here. So I think this will be another one that's super easy to use up. I just, with my Pan That palette, not going to use it unless I ran out of all lid shades and all highlighter shades. My next one is by Wet n Wild, and it's the Walking on Eggshells. Love this trio. This is super easy, all over the lid, in the crease, highlighter. You're good to go. And so I really like this. Would definitely recommend this trio as an easy on the go. And I use this quite a bit. So the next three are all e.l.f. brightening eye color quads, and I had 4 in the beginning of 2015, and I've used up one, and then the one I really haven't touched is the Day to Night. It's gorgeous, gorgeous colors. They're great pigmentation. I love this color right here, just that bronzy color. I love bronze shades. So I haven't really touched this. But the other two I'm almost finished with, and these might be ones that if my Pan That palette runs out of certain colors, or if I just want that color, I might reach for these. These are in, I have a basket of products that are almost done or ones I really want to work on, and these are both in there. The first one is the Butternut one, and this was in my project pan for the fall time. I used up these two. And you can tell I don't have hardly any of these left. So I just have that little bit left, and these would be ones I would love to finish this year. Because it's not, I don't feel like it's going to take me that long to finish it, but we'll have to see. I've been really, I probably won't bring those in till June or July if I do, just because I really want to focus on my Pan That palette. It has so many different colors. This next one is one that I put in my November and December, I believe, monthly project pan, and this is in Drama. So again, I finished this lighter gray and a little bit darker. So I have the white one and the dark kind of shimmery black one. But it doesn't have great pigmentation. So I think the only one I want to use in here is the white one. So I might end up breaking these apart and putting them in my Z palette, just so that I use them a little bit better, because the packaging is kind of hard to get really in there. So that might be something that I do to kind of use up these last three, because I'll try this black one like outside of this packaging, but right now it's so hard to get anything out, and so I might scrape a little bit off and see, but I don't have hardly any left in these two, so these are definitely two that I want to work on this year, even with my Pan That palette, because that, especially the Butternut one with the neutral colors, I'll always need neutral colors. I mix neutral colors in with my brighter colors to kind of settle it down, for like a crease shade or something like that. So anyways, those were all of my small palettes. I have way too many. Like I said, there are a few that I've been working on that are super close, and this is definitely eyeshadow is definitely a area that I don't need anymore. And you'll see that my regular, like, larger palettes have grown too. So anyways, I really, like I said, I've been working on that Pan That palette this year, so I don't know how many I'm going to use up, but I don't know. I love eyeshadow. I love the different colors. You do notice I've been going more towards neutrals, and that's what I really like, is neutrals, but I hadn't played around with a lot of different eyeshadows, brands and stuff like that. So I think that's my issue, is I get a lot of them either from gifts or like Birchbox. I didn't purchase, besides those Ulta ones that came in that big package, I didn't purchase any new ones. Go out and specifically look for eyeshadow, but I love just trying different things. And anyways, so I I don't know. I just love eyeshadow. And so I'm trying to work through some of my colors because I'm kind of a little over colored, just a tad. Like, I know I have like bright pink ones, part of my Pan That palette, and that's part of the reason why I want to get through that Pan That palette is because it has so many bright colors that's so fun to play with. But as I'm getting older and just being in a job, and you know, I want a little less color and a little more neutral. So I like having those, like that Avon Purple Haze, like having those pops of purple in there, but you can like, they can be subtle too. So that's more what I'm leaning towards with eyeshadow, and I'm realizing that as I look through most of them, most of the colors that I have are more neutral colors, or that can be like they're in a palette with more neutral. So I am really excited about that because I did use up a few eyeshadow like trios that were super bright colors that I'm just really happy are out of my life, so I can focus more on the neutrals because I really like that. And I think with my coloring it works a lot better having those like bronze colors versus like bright blues. So anyways, I do have a bright blue eyeshadow left, so never fear. If I really want a blue eyeshadow, I got it. So this has been a long, rambly outro, but I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're doing a makeup collection or if you did a makeup collection. And I really like all of them, so I can't like get rid of them or declutter them. It's part of my New Year's resolutions, but not going so well with that. But anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.